Alright guys, so this is another Patreon request, and this one comes from Christopher Rosa, who asked me to do a crossover between Spider-Man and the Zenescope universe. So yeah, Spider-Man in the Zenescope universe. Zenescope basically is a comic book universe, independent group that I'm still like learning about. I'm still like reading the books from. My friend Jason, Mount Vernon kid, sending me comics. He's been sending me comics to read and understand the universe. So, yeah, I'm kind of slowly learning more and more about it. But, full preference. If I get anything wrong, please let me. Please go easy on me. If I got anything wrong, to any Zenescope, diehard fans out there, if I got anything wrong regarding Zenescope, please understand that I basically just didn't know, because I just don't own a lot of their books yet, and I'm still like learning bits and pieces from the universe, and I'm kind of not I'm still like like books behind in some cases. So let's get started with our story. So it starts out like every other Spider-Man comic, where Peter is just web-slinging along one night. He's just out on patrol, and he's just like, man, this has been a quiet night. Like, nothing's happened, no robberies, nothing the cops can't handle, no supervillains out tonight, no giant alien attack, no Galactus on my door. This is gonna be a great night. And then he hears, somebody help! And to which Peter's like, me and my big mouth. So Spider-Man swings in and sees this old man being accosted by these these people wearing trench coats, and he's like, well, this has got hate crime written all over it. So Spider-Man jumps down, he's like, tells the perpetrators, this is gonna end bad for you, and they're like, leave Spider Demon, we have no quarrel with you. And he's like, oh, Spider Demon, oh, this is gonna end well for me. So Spider-Man gets into a fight with these guys, and these two and it turns out they're monsters. And he's like, of course they are. So Spider-Man gets his ass kicked. The old man accidentally is killed by them, and killed by the monsters. And Peter finds out that the old man was carrying like this relic, who, with his dying breath, gave it to Spider-Man, saying, "Don't let them touch this." And he's like, "What is it?" And the thing blasts him into another universe. Specifically, the Zenescope universe. So this little thing is actually a piece of what was Wonderland. And when Peter actually ends up in Wonderland, he's immediately like, I don't know what's going on, but I am not in a Disney film. So this thing comes from like Wonderland eons ago. And basically was a kind of like what is known as the pillar of the universe. It's one of these pillars that hold together the Zenescope universe. If all 7 are found and destroyed, they will destroy the universe. So basically what's going on, or they can rewrite the universe, excuse me. They can either destroy or rewrite the universe, or if all 7 are found. So far, the Queen of Hearts and a few others have found 3 of them. They were about to get their 4th, but now Peter has it, and that's when he encounters Alice, and he's like, "Okay, I'm really not in the Disney movie because you're dressed like that." And that's kind of the running gag with this, is that whenever Peter encounters one of the other heroines from the Zenescope universe, he's like, I'm a married spider, I'm a married spider, I'm a married spider. Because every one of them are all scantily clad and, beautiful and all that. And whenever he sees one, he's like, I could make it. He's like stuck to a wall talking to him in his typical Spider-Man form. He's like, there's a good argument that I could stay here. No octopus, no goblin, no Mary Jane. Oh, yeah. Alright, lead on. So the people of Zenescope are also like, when he encounters Alice, Alice tries to kill him because she thinks he's some kind of monster from Wonderland. And he's like, lady, do I look like I'm a monster do I look like a monster to you? You dress like that. Okay, first off, ouch. So Alice brings him back to Earth, and it turns out that they're also trying to find these other pillars of their universe. Along them is the Beast Hunter, Belle, Hellchild, Robin Hood, who is a woman, Snow White, I already mentioned Beast Hunter, Belle, and a few others. And Van Helsing. And he's like, I'm all about female empowerment. He's like, and he's just like, you're the only male hero we've encountered. Everyone else has just been an asshole and turned into a monster and tried to kill us. And he's like, I swear I'm not going to do that. I turned into a giant man spider once. Wasn't a fan. So Peter and the Zenescope heroes now have to go around in order to try to locate all of the pieces of all these pillars while encountering other forces, other dark forces out there. So that's kind of the crux of the story, is that this makeshift team is made up of Spider-Man and all the female superheroes, where he's the only male superhero, and he's like I want to have like Peter, like whenever he's just out hanging out with the heroines, he's like, I am so glad I am loyal to Mary Jane, because if I was not, holy shit. like he can't help himself but like think to himself, he's like, I don't know if this is like the ultimate test for me to be monogamous with Mary Jane, or if God's punishing me, but either way, this is unfair. So yeah, along the way, Spider-Man does go to, like, Oz, and he's even like, this is insane. Like, he encounters Jasmine in... Because they're all based off of old Grimm fairy tales. It's not like an overtly sexual version of Disney movies, although they do kind of reference that in a few points, but that's neither here nor there. And Spider-Man is just like, holy shit, this world is... this universe, or universes, are completely weird. Like, scantily... It's literally like he even calls it like an X-rated Disney universe. He's like, did I wander into someone's really messed up Disney fan fiction? I'm half expecting Mickey Mouse to show up, and they're like, who's Mickey Mouse? He's like, never mind. He's even, like, Peter's, like, making, like, Kingdom Hearts jokes and, stuff like that. By the end of it, they do secure all the pieces to the universe, and the reason why one of them was in the multiverse, the Marvel universe. One of the reasons why one of the pieces was in the Marvel universe was because one of their forgers took the piece and ran with it to another universe in order to hide it there. But of course, Red Queen sent forces to go get the piece back, and that's how Spider-Man ended up in this whole crazy situation. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my Spider-Man Zenescope universe story. Thought this would be kind of a fun one as the Patreon request. That, like I said, this one comes from Christopher Rosa, who did send me a story idea, but it was kind of like, it seems a little difficult to kind of put into words. But I did. I took the initial idea and kind of altered it a bit to run with it a little different. Like I said, if I got anything wrong regarding the Zenescope universe, if I got anything wrong regarding the Zenescope universe, feel free to let me know. But just know that I'm still a novice when it comes to anything Zenescope. So I was just using the bare minimum that I understand. So anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this? Comment below, let me know. Once again, I'd like to thank Christopher Rosa for sending me this Patreon request, as well as being patient and waiting for me to do this. I've got a few other Patreon requests I need to get to. One sent me 7, and I asked him to stop sending me for a while until I could get caught up with all of those. Anyway, but if you would like a Patreon request done, please please go to the link in the description below to my Patreon and join the 4th tier, where once you do, you can send me not only, requests for Patreon videos in the future, but also check out the exclusive content on my Patreon. So, other than that, like I said, just hit the link below, go check it out, hope you have a lot of fun. And this also, fun fact, this video gave me an excuse to do a Zenescope video, which I don't get to do a lot of unless it's another comic review. Anyway, but other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.